It's the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for Friday, the 24th of June. I'm Michael Groff. Very happy to be back, and I just want to take a few moments here to thank you guys for your amazing and beautiful comments that you've left over the last 7 or 8 days. I don't have enough superlatives in my vocabulary to describe just how great it was to see all of that, all of your support. I always say this, I may not have the biggest audience on YouTube, but I definitely have the best, and you guys just prove that over and over again. So again, thank you. All right, now we do have some good news to get into here, and that is that we will see daily chances of showers and thunderstorms back in the forecast as the monsoon gets cranked up here across the Southwest, especially as we go towards Sunday through about the middle part of next week. Temperatures will be coming down as moisture levels and cloud cover increases. Now, how long is all of that going to last? And what about all the details, the fine-tuning of this forecast? Well, we'll get into all of that in just a moment. But first, it's Friday, so that means it's Photo Friday here, and that's where we take a look at some of the photos and or videos that you guys have submitted. And first up, we'll take a look at some pictures from a week ago Thursday. These are courtesy of Joe, and these are from Sun City. The sunset ongoing there. Spectacular stuff. I missed those Arizona sunsets while I was up with Michelle in Idaho, although their weather was absolutely gorgeous as well. And you can't beat highs in the 60s and 70s on most days. And so that was fantastic, but still good to see these pictures. Speaking of sunsets, this is from Chris Martin, his cabin in Ash Fork, seeing some just a glorious sunset there last Thursday night. And then following that, Friday morning, a beautiful sunrise to take a look at. Now, speaking of the one and only Michelle, she has some video that she took from the 93 up there in northern Nevada on her way up into Idaho, and yes, running into some rain showers. I told you the weather was glorious up that way. And then this is from Nampa, Idaho, specifically the Wilson Park area. And again, gorgeous weather. Look at those clouds. Look at all the green. I was amazed. It's incredibly green. Lots of water up there. No drought issues across much of Idaho in the Treasure Valley. That's for sure. And then last, but certainly not least, our friend Ryan Seek. Well, you know, it's monsoon time, and that means it's time for those Ryan Seek photos that we are so used to this time of year. And he's got plenty of them. There were storms rolling into the valley on our way back in yesterday. We ran into those. He ran into them out in the desert as well. So you're going to get, well, you know what you're going to get from Ryan Seek. You're going to get rain showers, the ominous clouds, the rainbows, and yes, those lightning strikes. We love to see those. So thank you, Ryan. Thank you, everyone, as always, for your comments, your photos, and all of your continued support. We do it every Friday, Photo Friday, right here. You want to get in on it, you can do so. groffshow@gmail.com is my email address. That is groffshow@gmail.com for Photo Friday. All right, let's get into it here. Taking a look at that almanac from yesterday, 108 degrees the afternoon high, 84 was the afternoon low. Yes, that occurred at 4:59 p.m. as those storms rolled into the valley. Officially at Sky Harbor Airport, only a trace of rain. Some of you did see, of course, quite a bit more than that, along with some hail and gusty winds. The normal high is up to 106, the normal low, 81. As we take a look outside right now at 10:30 a.m., we've got a few clouds around right now, and we're sitting at 97 degrees at Sky Harbor, dew point at 52, relative humidity 22%. Wind from the east-southeast at 6 miles per hour, and the barometer 29.87 inches and falling. Checking out the radar this morning, things have quieted down quite a bit. We did have some showers and thunderstorms across northwest Maricopa County, even a few trying to rumble into the Phoenix area. Those have since dissipated. Still a few showers and storms ongoing across parts of central Arizona at this time. And you can see why we've got an increase in activity. The weather pattern here has begun to change across the Southwest. Now, again, this is not an ideal monsoon setup, okay? We've got this ridge. It's basically sitting almost on top of us or just to the southeast. The flow aloft is more out of the southwest or west, which again is not a monsoon flow, but some moisture is sneaking in under this ridge courtesy of Tropical Storm Celia, and that is sitting to the south of us, and that's sending some surges of moisture up the Gulf of California there into the southwest. But with time, that ridge is going to start to shift further to the north and even to the northwest and take a position north of us and turn the flow aloft out of the east by later this weekend and early next week, and that's going to lead to an increasing chance of showers and storms. Here's the watch warning map, and the big story really is the heat. We've got excessive heat warnings and heat advisories from Dallas-Fort Worth east toward Lafayette, Lake Charles, Shreveport, Louisiana, New Orleans, Biloxi, Mississippi, Mobile, Alabama, and to as far east and southeast as Tampa Bay and Orlando. And then we've got heat advisories as well for the Pacific Northwest, as temperatures will be warming up there this weekend. Highs getting up into the low 90s for places like Seattle. The convective outlook for today, we've got that enhanced risk of severe storms, level 3 out of 5, where you would typically find it this time of year across the Dakotas and Minnesota, from Pierre to Aberdeen, Grand Forks, Fargo, Devil's Lake, over toward Bemidji and Thief River Falls. And here in the southwest, Arizona, we're in the green, and so thunderstorms expected. While we don't expect any organized severe weather, as you know, this time of year, any thunderstorm has the potential to at least briefly become severe and especially produce those gusty, damaging straight-line winds. Speaking of those tropics, there is Tropical Storm Celia, and that is located almost due south of us off of the Baja there. And this is expected to become a hurricane maybe later tonight, tomorrow, if at least just for a brief period of time. Maybe for about 24 hours or so before it encounters cooler water and begins to weaken once again. But this will continue to send surges of moisture up our direction and could even see a little bit of this moisture get entrenched into our southwest flow for a brief period of time before the flow turns more easterly. This will not directly affect us, but again, some moisture from this will be around. All right, let's check precipitation. This is valid through Friday morning of next week. Rain amounts in Phoenix between 1/10 and 1/4 of an inch. Upwards of 1/2 to maybe 1 inch for a few of those higher elevation locations. And of course, this represents an average of what you'll see this time of year. Your amount will vary. So let's talk about this weather pattern in more detail. To do that right now, we'll get to those models, have a look at it. This is the GFS. It's the 12Z run, and this is valid at 5 o'clock this afternoon. All right, we've got a ridge still sitting here across the southwest, more of a southwesterly flow aloft. And again, not a great monsoon setup, but still with moisture around and some dynamic support in play. Down at the surface for the rest of the afternoon, we'll call it partly cloudy. And there is a slight chance of a shower storm getting cranked up and moving on in here later this afternoon and this evening. I'd say a lesser chance than what we've seen the last couple of days. And high temperatures this afternoon should be between about 104 to 108. Tonight, partly cloudy, slight chance we could see a shower or storm in here. Not all that likely given that unfavorable southwesterly flow, but it could still occur. If we do see a storm, could produce some gusty winds and a little bit of rain. Overnight lows upper 70s to mid 80s. And then tomorrow, kind of similar to today, mostly sunny in the morning, partly cloudy in the afternoon. Widely scattered showers and storms over the higher terrain. A few of those will try to make their way into the lower desert. But again, with kind of a southwesterly flow, not all that likely. That's why we're only going with a 20% chance of rain, and high temperatures tomorrow pretty close to average. Now, as we get to Sunday, here goes that ridge. That's going to start to shift to the north and northwest, and so the flow aloft will take more of an easterly component, and that's going to take storms that develop over the higher terrain and push them toward the lower desert. And this is where our rain chances start to increase. Cloud cover, humidity levels come up. Temperatures will start to head down several degrees. Highs probably staying at or below 105 for Sunday. And we'll go with a 30% chance of rain Sunday and then bump it up to a 40% chance by Sunday night. And then we'll enter into sort of a mid-grade monsoon forecast for Monday, Tuesday, and Wednesday with that ridge sitting to the north of us across Utah or even drifting a little further west, maybe into the Great Basin. The flow aloft more east or even northeasterly. So storms over the mountains and the rim country move toward the lower deserts each afternoon and evening. And it's hard to say which day will be more active. Typically how it works in the monsoon, one day is more active and then the following day is less so. So if Sunday turns out to be active, Monday might be kind of a down day convectively. But we'll just have to take it a day at a time here, as we always do during the monsoon. High temperatures below average during this period, probably somewhere between, I'd say, 99 to 105 on any given day. Now, as we head toward Thursday and beyond of next week here, the ridge is going to start to get displaced once again back toward the southeast, and the flow aloft may switch more back out of the south and west. And if that happens, drier air, at least conceptually, would start to make its way back in here. We'll watch for that by a week from today. This is Friday, the 1st of July. We could start to dry out a bit as a trough is sitting there along the Pacific Northwest coast. But still, we would have at least a chance of seeing an afternoon or evening storm in here. As we take a look out 10 days, this is Sunday, the 3rd of July, ridging there along the west coast, kind of a potent ridge or upper low developing there, and more of a southwesterly flow. But do note that the GFS indicates, as the GFS likes to do this time of year, a tropical system out there well off the Baja, but in that configuration, a southwest flow might actually pick up some of that tropical moisture and push it in here. So we may not dry out all that much in that scenario. But if we take a look at the European at the same time, this is Sunday, the 3rd of July, a fairly interesting setup, actually, a deeper trough for this time of year, sitting there along the west coast with a rather broad southerly flow over Arizona. If that's right, maybe some active weather, possibility of even some strong or severe storms, almost a transitional type of event. And needless to say, that's atypical for early July around here. So, look, this is 10 days out. You know as well as I do that this is going to change between now and then, but just kind of something interesting to be looking at as we get into what is traditionally the beginning of our monsoon season. All right, let's take a look at rainfall for Phoenix. This is going out through the 8th of July, coming off of the GFS ensemble. The mean is just a shade under a half an inch. The control member there, well over 3/4 of an inch, and we've got quite a model spread going on here. Some are hardly anything. Others are over an inch of rain. So that is often the case here this time of year. Any one storm can produce very heavy rain in short orders. So keep that in mind. Now, as we take a look at temperatures off the national blend of models, you know the lay of the land here in late June and early July. Highs 100 to 108 on most days. It could actually be worse if we didn't have the monsoon moisture around. And hey, there might even be a day or two if we see more clouds and precipitation where highs don't make the century mark. Overnight lows will generally be in the 80s with increased humidity. And that's going to do it for the Phoenix, Arizona weather discussion for today. My next video back here tomorrow morning. Yes, it's that 6, maybe 7-day schedule for the foreseeable future with unsettled weather expected to continue in our forecast. If you enjoy these videos, be sure to subscribe, like, share, click that notification bell, leave those comments, questions, and suggestions. Music fans, do check it out. It's my streaming station available 24/7, 365. It is called KMGX. We play a ton of music, have a lot of fun while doing that. And myself and the one and only Michelle are involved in the programming and operation of that. And yes, we are also listeners to the station because let me tell you, it made that drive from Nampa, Idaho, all the way down through Vegas and then Vegas to Phoenix that much more enjoyable. Not that we don't enjoy each other's company and fine conversation, but, look, after 14 hours, sometimes you just want to crank up the music and jam out, and that's exactly what we did. And, we did some car dancing, and we drew a little bit of an audience, some truckers that followed us for several hundred miles. And, that's perfectly fine, too. That's why KMGX is there. So I will leave a link to it in the description. Do give that a listen. All right, thank you guys so much for watching, all of your continued support, your beautiful comments. Again, the best audience on all of YouTube. That is you. All right, with all of that having been said, be safe, stay cool, stay hydrated out there. Watch your kids around the swimming pool. Don't be like those crazies that go up on the hiking trails in the middle of the afternoon without any water. And have yourselves a great Friday and a wonderful weekend.